Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, we are back again to have more of a conversation regarding Miss Allison Holker, who happens to be the widow of Twitch. Okay. The other day I did come to you guys with a video from one of Twitch's close friends, which is Manny Cross. He had a lot of things to say. Okay. A lot of people, a lot of the friends have been coming out, speaking out against Miss Allison and her decision to write this book that's going to be coming out next month. In this book, there will be a few journal entries from Stephen Twitch's boss's journals. Okay, there will be some journal entries from that she's going to be including. Not sure what everything will be entailing in the book, but there was made reference in a recent interview that she did with People magazine that he was battling, some serious situations, demons, whatever it was, and she mentions something about finding a lot of drugs as well as him possibly being SA'd when he was younger. Okay, so people are believing that those are going to be some of the things that she's going to be discussing in the book. Okay, there has been a lot of conversation around whether Allison referred to Twitch as an addict and him having an addiction or not. Okay, specifically a drug addiction. I know her daughter did a video where she said that her mom never called him an addict. And, I was like, you know what? No, she didn't. And then I went back and I watched some video and things. And actually, she did. Okay, she did. And actually, when you look at the actual promo for People magazine at the very bottom, it does say addiction, depression, and such. So in so many words, she did. Okay, when you refer to him having an addiction, then that is saying that somebody is an addict. Okay, so that did happen. There's been a lot of conversation surrounding that as well. You guys know Manny came to us with a very lengthy, very long video. He also included some audio as well from a conversation that he had with Miss Allison. Now, Allison kind of I feel like she could sense that she was indeed being quote unquote set up or recorded or whatever, but that did not stop her from continuing to engage in said conversation that seemed to be very uncomfortable on both sides, but they both sat on the phone and engaged in that conversation. Since, that time, Manny has indeed taken that down off of his social media. Okay. He has taken that post down and he does tell us why. Well, not necessarily why, but he does let us know that he did take it down. But at this time, I would also like us to get into a post of his and then we'll get into him taking the post down. And then we'll also talk more about TMZ and the NDA. Okay. Because it appears that TMZ may have gotten access to the very NDA that Allison gave out to the people that attended Twitch's funeral. Okay, so let us go ahead and hop over onto Manny's page and let us just check out what it is that he had to say as of yesterday. Okay. So here we see where Manny is sharing a photo between him and Twitch, and it says, "We did it, brother. Her lies didn't win." He says the truth is out there. Doesn't matter what happens from here on out, the lies had to be stopped. The abuse towards his mother had to be known. Okay. He says the lies in an attempt to destroy his image and name had to be stopped by revealing the true identity of the person behind the mask. I don't care what anyone thinks at all. This was my friend. This was a good man that helped millions. He showed love to my children, never wanted credit, just a good person. It had to be done. Okay, he goes on to say, her people can come after me. I don't care at all. All right. He says, one thing that will be forever known is that I proved that I was a true friend. To those that understand where I'm coming from, I love you. Okay. He says, thank you for standing up for what's truly right. Those that don't, God bless you. And I hope you and those you love never have to go through what this man and his family have gone through and are going through, not only behind closed doors, but now in the public. Okay. So that is what it is that he had to say. And he also follows this up with a quick video. So let us go ahead and get into that.
What's up, y'all? Good morning. I paused on some of my posts, not indefinitely, but for a very good reason. So, I love y'all. Keep coming out the portals with the stories. And After these messages, we will be right back.
After these messages.
All right, so you guys just heard what he said. He also lets us know that he's archived his post regarding the situation for a short time. He says, and for a good reason, not legal at all. Okay, so we're good. After these messages, we'll be right back. Keep it up, y'all, on your left. All right. So this is what Manny has to say, letting people know that Allison has not come after him with her attorneys or anything like that. That's not what it is. Okay. It's not for legal reasons. And I'm just wondering if he did something for the family. Is the family trying to gear up and prepare to take this legal or something like that, and you did this on behalf of the family or what? Not necessarily sure, but what I will say is it was interesting to see this post earlier in the day, and then before the night is fully over, we end up seeing that TMZ has now dropped an article regarding the NDAs that were allegedly sent out to everybody. Okay, now keep in mind, Miss Allison over here on social media has not made any posts. Okay, she has not made any posts whatsoever. Okay, I have not seen anything. So she's been pretty quiet. So not sure what she's working on. Not sure what's going through her mind, her mental, or anything at this particular time, as war is definitely being waged against her. Okay, so let us go ahead and get into real quick what TMZ had to say. All right, let us check this out. Allison Holker to tWitch's family: I dare you to write a book about him. Profits will be all mine. Interesting. Okay. Now, listen, I do feel like profits would be all of hers, considering the fact that she is the wife. That's what I would want to believe. But then I also have been hearing rumblings and allegations of people saying that he had a business, and on his business accounts, she was not listed, but his brothers were, or one of his brothers, from my understanding, was listed on the business account. So I don't even know exactly how that would work, being that she is the wife, but then likely another relative was attached to the business account. How would that really work? Would she have any rights to anything, or would it solely go to the brother because he's the one that's on the accounts? And if that is how things were set up, that is very interesting. If there were business accounts that he wouldn't even have with his wife's name on it, but therefore have a brother's name on it, that's interesting, especially when it wasn't a business that they had together. So, okay, but let's keep going, all right? So they're saying that tWitch's family is furious with Allison Holker for writing a book about him, but his widow took steps to make sure she's the only one who can make money off his name. I don't know if that's actually possible for her to be the only person to make money off his name, because I'm thinking about Michael Jackson, and I just feel like so many people have tried to rewrite his story, and not only him, I feel like Tupac, different people have been, their stories have been told in different ways, whether it's been a documentary, whether it's been a movie of some sort, and I feel like other people have been able to profit. So I don't know if that NDA is enough to prevent everybody from not being able to profit off of him. Okay. But you attorneys out there, get in the comments and let us know. In the meantime, let us keep going. Okay. They're saying TMZ obtained the NDA. tWitch's family says Allison had them sign in order to attend his funeral. And it essentially financially blocks them from doing what she's doing, namely collecting any money from a memoir about their relationship and his death. Interesting. So they can only not collect money about the memoir, from a memoir as far as their relationship and the death. So what about the early on childhood? What about his life prior to that? But let's keep going, okay? They're saying under the NDA, tWitch's family and others who signed it agreed to hand over any proceeds. Whoa! Hand over any proceeds from interviews, books, articles, or programs about him straight into Allison's pocket, which is a pretty strong deterrent, okay? So that's what's being said. Listen. Allison said something in a phone call with Manny where he asked her, like, why would you have us sign an NDA? Not, you know what? He said, I understand why you would have us sign it. Why would you have his mom sign it? And she said something like, well, I was just going off of the advice I was given, or something like that, or I was listening to other people. And you know what? I think that may have happened with this book. Now, granted, she also has the option to say no and turn it down. And obviously she continued to move forward with it because she felt like whatever she was doing was right. Okay. But I do feel like she could have possibly been influenced to write this book. And maybe somebody made her think like this would be a great idea for her to go ahead and move forward and write this book and also include his journals in it. Okay. So it seems like she may have been advised the same way she was advised about the NDA. Okay. But you guys let me know, because some of you guys may still hold her accountable and feel like, either way you could be advised to do a lot of things, but it doesn't mean that you have to go along with it. So I'm sure you guys are going to leave your thoughts anyway, because that's just how you is. Okay. Let's keep going. So they go on to say, Twitch's family has been ripping Allison online for going on a media blitz to promote her new book, pushing back against her claims that Twitch was a drug addict, blasting her as a money-hungry opportunist. Now, you guys let me know, do you feel like she is a money-hungry opportunist, or do you feel as though she's doing whatever it is that she can do to take care of the children that he left behind for her, okay? Or left behind with her, shall I say. All right. They go on to say the NDA from the funeral was also a source of family outrage. Now, the daughter here, okay, she did kind of touch on the fact that there was some type of rumblings, okay, that may have taken place at that funeral. So obviously people were upset about the NDAs. Of course, they were really upset about, him passing, and maybe everything seemed so confusing to them. Okay. It didn't make sense when it came down to his death and things. So I'm sure emotions were high, but then to receive an NDA, I'm sure that made things even more crazy. But according to the daughter, some furniture about got to moving over there in that funeral. Okay. And I want to hear a little bit of what this daughter may say. So let me go ahead and put this up on the screen, because you guys know TMZ is a bit shaky at times, okay? They're a little shaky, so we're not going to show the video, but we'll definitely listen to it, okay?
In one day, we had an open casket, viewing for Steven. We had a funeral, and then we had a wake. And my mom asked for NDAs to be signed when we were seeing Steven's body, because God forbid somebody that went to that took a photo of Steven and put it on the internet, or shared it with somebody else. That's the type of things that NDAs are for. It's not so you can never talk about Steven, you can't ever talk about you grieving him, you can't post about it. That's not what it is. And for all the people saying it, I just feel like you're uneducated. I'm sorry, but truly, I'm fed up. Because NDAs are so important. And if you guys don't agree, that's cool. I'm grateful for my mom making sure that everybody signed NDAs, and she put up that rule. But also, regardless, some people didn't even sign the NDAs. And my mom was lenient because she understands at the end of the day, this is family. So y'all want to disrespect her. And she's still nice. She's still kind. She's still forgiving. But you have to know, even when Steven was alive, people that attended our events, they would have to sign NDAs. But now, just because it's my mom handing the paper, y'all, it's different.
All right. So that was a quick snippet of what the daughter had to say from her lengthy live that she did the other day. Okay. So let us go ahead and get into more over here. So they're saying Alice's daughter, oldest daughter, Wesley Fowler, is defending the NDA, arguing its purpose was to keep people from photographing his body. Wesley even said when Twitch was alive, people who attended certain family events would have to sign NDAs. That may well be true, but the document also positions Allison as the only one able to profit off Twitch's life story. And she's been clear publicly that 100% of the proceeds of her sales from her book will go to the Move with Kindness Foundation, which was started in her late husband's honor. Okay. So she did mention that she will be giving proceeds to a foundation. There have been some people that have been questioning the foundation because they can't seem to find a footprint for that foundation online. Okay. I'll have to do my own due diligence to see what it is that I can find, but I definitely have seen that being out there. Okay. But let's go ahead and get into more because I want us to check out this video as well. Okay, so let's prepare for this one.
After Stephen Twitch Boss died by suicide, his widow, Allison Holker, is now defending herself from the backlash she's getting for revealing intimate details about Twitch's life.
So she's writing a book, and she did an interview regarding the book and talked about his alleged drug use and everything that happened leading up to his suicide.
There was a lot of things I discovered in our closet that I did not know existed, and he was hiding so much, and there must have been a lot of shame in that.
And on top of talking about the drugs she found, Allison also included very private passages from Twitch's personal journals in her book, which enraged his friends and family.
She got tons of hate from all of his family, their mutual friends.
Like Twitch's cousin, who tweeted, "You did our family so dirty." Plus,
to attend the funeral, you had to sign an NDA, including his entire family.
I've never seen an NDA at a funeral, ever. Why the NDA?
Because she doesn't want someone else to control the narrative in a negative way. She wants to control it.
In a negative way?
She doesn't think she's being negative. She thinks she's being sensitive.
right, because she's responding to all the hate by saying,
I hope that by sharing our full story, maybe I can help someone else who might see themselves or a loved one in Stephen.
Yeah, she says all of my proceeds from this book are going to fund the mental health focused foundation I started in Stephen's honor.
She said it after the fact, after she was getting all the backlash.
Just because she said it after the fact doesn't mean she didn't
I think
plan
so.
to give it to charity before the
Because you would have
fact.
said that in the article to begin with.
Yeah, like when you did your in-depth with people, you might have mentioned it.
That's fair.
what a mess. We miss you, Twitch.
Oh, girl, I wasn't expecting them to rip her apart like that, even down to the TMZ office. The way, oh my goodness. All right, you guys, let me know. Do you feel like she should have announced that ahead of time? I don't know. I mean, maybe she did have plans on doing, giving money, to a foundation beforehand, but I don't know. The question is, does the foundation actually exist? Okay, the people, inquiring minds would like to know. This is a very messy situation here. Let's keep going because TMZ also obtained an excerpt from Allison's forthcoming book, This Far, My Story of Love, Loss, and Embracing the Light, in which she explained the reason behind the NDA. Now, she's going to explain that in the book, which is also pretty interesting. So I wasn't expecting that. That's why I say it's interesting. Another thing she mentioned where they showed like a snippet photo of when she said she was planning on explaining or telling their full story in all caps. And when I hear full story, I do hear where Manny did complain about Twitch complaining to him about Allison and their marriage, because of course, no marriage is perfect. So my question does become, as you're detailing certain things within his journal, his private moments that you didn't even know about yourself, I am now wondering, are you going to detail your marriage? Are you going to talk about the things that you guys had to overcome throughout marriage? Because maybe, just maybe, someone else is dealing with that. They may have some similar issues, and maybe that husband is also thinking about removing himself. Okay? In a completely different way, similar to Twitch. So I just wonder how much of the full story is she going to tell? All right. Some people don't care because they are trying to boycott this book and get it pulled from the shelves, okay? But let's keep going. So they're saying Allison says Stephen Twitch Boss's family wanted a bunch of people she didn't know to attend the open casket portion of his funeral, but she whittled the number down to 13 people and made it clear no photographs or videos would be allowed, okay? Also goes on, they say, she writes, I couldn't risk any photo getting leaked to the press or splashed across social media platforms and becoming a lasting image that people would have of him. My children absolutely, positively could not stumble upon such a photograph at some later date. Okay. I don't fully disagree with that. You guys let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Do you think that she was operating in the right way? Do you feel like she had to have an NDA to still make sure people did not have video and things? Now, I don't think an NDA was necessary if you decide to condense the party down to a controllable, sizable amount. Then I don't think NDAs were necessary to just tell people, hey, don't bring video, don't record, don't take pictures, don't do any of that, respect. And if you had a security person standing next to his body to where they ensured no one was up there doing that, I don't think that NDAs would have been necessary. in my opinion. And then more questions are going to come now that this is being put out there about her saying that she didn't want her children to physically see his, everything floating around about him, his body and stuff like that on the internet. So then now people are going to heavily come at you even more, because they're going to say, if that's how you felt, then why would you want to release very private journal entries that's going to be exposed to the children? We don't know if he actually wanted his kid to know about him possibly being SA'd when he was younger or whatnot, so I don't know. It's going to be a lot of conversation surrounding that, and I could just hear you guys now. Right? I can hear some people saying, well, if you felt that way, then why would you want to put the journals out there? You don't care about the kids because you're not worrying about the narrative you're putting out there about their dad and stuff, Then I can hear the other people saying, well, hey, had he never left her, then, none of this would have ever happened. It's a madhouse. It's so many different opinions going back and forth. It's a lot going on. And I'm just here to give you guys the information for you guys to make your own determination on how you feel about the matter at hand. Okay. They go on to say, at the advice of my lawyer, she says, I insisted that everybody who viewed the open casket sign a non-disclosure agreement to protect Stephen's privacy, a requirement that exacerbated his family. She says, if we have to sign NDAs, they said, then everybody has to sign NDAs. No problem. Okay. She says, no problem. I replied. All right. So they said, we got to sign it. Everybody got to sign it. So there's that. They go on to say, sources tell TMZ, Allison has not profited from the NDA as no one breached the agreement. Okay, so no agreements have been breached at this time. Miss Allison has yet to profit, but if they were to go on and do something and try to profit off of his name, I guess those proceeds are going back to her. That's what I was hoping TMZ would give more detail on in this particular article, where they said that she put something there saying that, you guys can't do anything because anything that you do will be given to me. I thought they were going to give us more details on that, and I feel like they didn't. But I also say this, if they have access to the NDA, I do think that this may be something that they're going to slowly roll out a new story every day on, potentially, or every other day. Every other day, they're probably going to roll out something, find some new details within it, and they're going to roll it out. And then when her book drops, whether people go out to purchase it or not, I do believe somebody in that office is indeed going to read the book, and we're going to hear about it one way or the other. Okay. But I just wanted to come and give you guys the latest update as far as Manny removing the post from his page. Okay. But it's not for legal reasons at all. And he shall return, giving more information at a later time, or at least dragging her for filth or whatever it is he wants to do this week or next week. He's going to continue to do that. Meanwhile, Allison hasn't said anything unless she's going on a platform to continue to promote her book. Meanwhile, TMZ has obtained access to the NDAs that were given out to his family, and they're giving their thoughts on it, just a piece, or detailing what's going on. Now, you guys leave your thoughts and comments down below about the matter at hand. It's been a lot going on with Miss Allison. If she is not getting whacked over here with the Twitch situation, they're whacking her on the other side, because people are saying that the man that she is with currently is still married to his wife. The wife did not seek, allegedly, a divorce from her husband until the fall of last year, whereas Allison kind of dropped a photo earlier before that, kind of hinting at, hey, me and him are together, and the wife knew nothing about it. But, this is information that's out there, and it's alleged, okay? So they're definitely whacking her left and right. I don't know when it's ever going to end, okay? But you guys leave your thoughts and comments down below about everything that's going on. I am Jami, that's me. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand on my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cash died at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Aegis. Game time, I invade the gym. High elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm in